Have you seen how it works? Have you ever asked yourself how a life-saving product is made? In the case of our life jackets, each and every one of them goes through a rigorous process of production and testing to ensure that they keep you afloat, even in the most dire of situations. To achieve their ability to float, our life jackets use an inflation system with a CO2 gas cylinder. This arrangement provides the best comfort through small size and weight, coupled with the best safety characteristics. Our life jackets come in two basic types, with one air chamber or with two. These bases can then be further personalized with all the necessary accessories, such as SOS light, sound devices, reflective bands, and lifting belt, to fit the needs of the specific industries from which our varied clients come from. The life jackets are made by SIOROM in SIOROM. Here, the most experienced local textile engineers have been hired to put their skills and knowledge to use in the making of our products. Our CAD/CAM department is the first step in the journey of a new model of life jackets. Here is where most of the pre-production operations take place. A new product is developed by starting from sketches and client requirements. Engineers responsible for that product start with drawings, details, raw materials list, execution steps, production time estimates, and product description. Before any model goes into production, tens of models are created, tested, and sent to the customer for final approval to ensure that they live up to the most stringent of standards. In the case of Mullion, one of our top-rated brands of life jackets, the raw materials and accessories that are necessary for production are provided to SIOROM by SIOROM, Belgium. Reception of goods, quantitative and qualitative verification, is made in storage by both the local staff and an appointed Mullion supervisor. In storage, we use a policy called FIFO, first in, first out. In other words, the first materials that have been stored will also be the first ones used for production. This way, we ensure that the validity dates of all the components used to assemble a life jacket are well managed and respected. The first true production step is the cutting and recutting operations of fabric and membrane in order to obtain bladders, the air chambers inside life jackets. These operations are performed by computerized cutting machines, which provide the highest precision and best quality of work. Activity in the Mullion section of our production line unfolds in a strictly controlled manner. Access is only granted to authorized personnel. To protect the product, no sharp objects are used in the production area. All workstations and tables have rounded corners. Scissors have rounded edges, and their use is carefully controlled. The focus here is on a clean and precise work environment. Entry with food and drinks being banned in this department. The welding is done all at once, on the whole length of the material, reducing the possibility of nonconformities. There are various tests that bladders have to complete successfully in order to be approved for use. Blow-up tests and auto-inflation tests are just two of them. The results are filled in electronically and can be seen in real time, thousands of kilometers away, by the people over at SIOROM, Belgium mother company. As the testing procedure demands, one sample is tested for single-chamber bladder, and 4 samples are tested for double-chamber bladders. Tested bladders are marked directly with the date on which they are tested, the fabric batch, and the result of the test, okay or not okay. A sample of the batch is stored in a specially designated space, and test results are sent to SIOROM, Belgium Quality Control Department. The covers are the parts which come in direct contact with the body of the person wearing a life jacket. All safety pieces get mounted on these covers. Belts and accessories are attached on the outer side, while the bladders and inflation mechanism are mounted on the inner side in order to protect them from exterior wear and tear factors. They are manufactured using hot air welding machines, automatic sewing machines, and hot press machines. Covers, both produced in SIOROM and provided by SIOROM, Belgium, are transferred to the Mullion division and sent into production only after first being rigorously checked for nonconformities. They then become part of the life jacket after being mounted on the bladders. The bladder serial number is mentioned on the cover's label. What follows is the assembly of all accessories, mechanisms, and components into the finished product. This step is performed in specially designed areas by diligent operators with strict guidelines and specifications, which are closely watched by the Mullion Division Supervisor. During the entirety of the production cycle, operators must visually check the bladders to identify any non-compliance. Any potential defect is pointed out to the Mullion Supervisor. If the bladder gets scrapped, it is isolated and treated in accordance with internal procedures. To avoid having manufacturing defects pass through the system undetected, quality checks are organized in key points throughout the production cycle. These points vary depending on the type of product that is being manufactured. The results are recorded in the inspection records and are then placed on file for future reference. Final inspection is performed based on the printed product file by checking all the key quality characteristics. Each life jacket is laid out on the table, and an overall visual inspection is performed to confirm that the garment is complete and properly manufactured. How can we convince you that a small investment can save your life? There are probably 1,000 reasons why, but let's think only about one. Because it's made by SIOROM, because it's made by people who understand that we save lives by doing our job. That's why you can trust your small investment.